From Flushing, Queens, baseball from the home of the Mets, Citi Field. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. It's Mets baseball on the show. Next. The kid gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are two away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. You know, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here, EK. It was another loss last time out, and this portion of the schedule has not done him any favors as they've dropped 5 of their last 7.
And they've split the first 4 games on this road trip, so lately they're in a bit of a holding pattern, but it could be ready to break out right here.
Belted high in the air out to left. Gardner going back. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Mets turned away here in the first. We'll head to the into the box. The kid, he flew out in his last at-bat.
The kid.
Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. A solo shot here to left, number 33 on the year, and the Mets have jumped out to a 4-0 lead.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
The kid comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
And a high strike there, 0-1. Tap fouled at home plate. Line toward the gap in left center. And that is off the wall. And he will make it there with 2 bases to kick off the home 5th. So he's into second here with the double to kick off the home 5th. And that'll bring us to our Mets leaderboard. And as you can see, he's currently second on the ball club in that department.
Yeah, he's really contributed to the team this year. Here he is on second again with a chance.
Into the box now, Jack Bassett. He scored after reaching on a walk in his first at-bat. Five runs, 7 hits. And no errors on the Mets. And he'll step off. And now the runner's trying for third. And here's a ball hit in the air. Teixeira is there for it. He's got it 1 away. Throw back to second, and that's a double play.
I think the awareness.
Cole Figueroa will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Payoff pitch on its way. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Cabrera for 1. On to first. It's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More of the show, Saturday Baseball, after this. The kid will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the third inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Yeah! And that's in there for strike one. And he falls behind 0-2. The 0-2 home. Now a ball hit sharply toward third. And that is a fair ball as this one's heading for the left field corner. The throw home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate. And on the play, the runner moves into scoring position now at second.
Well, that's what he's done well all season. Mets swing the bat with runners in scoring position.
Jack Bassett will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Beltran coming on. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Striding into the box, Curtis Granderson. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. We wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
Lifted the other way out to left center. After it is Ellsbury. But he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. The run scores from second. It's 8-0. And he will pull into second with an RBI double.
Well, if you want to point fingers at who's to blame for this disaster, you're going to need both hands. In the pitching.
Jacoby Ellsbury will step in, a ground-out victim as last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get two. Gonna be a tough play. And indeed, he won't try to force it at second. He'll just flip on to first for the sure out. The kid is set to take some more swings. He homered back in the third inning. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around first, on his way to second now. And he'll pull into second with his fourth hit of the ball game.
Wow, stay hot, why don't you? He is wearing these guys out. His third double of the game, and I think these guys have seen just about enough of him.
Jack Bassett stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Hit hard to short. Gregorius is there. On to first, and there are two down. Curtis Granderson stands in, looking to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance. Two outs here with a runner at third. And he missed with it there. Ball 4. It's a two-out walk with the runner still at third. Stepping in, Juan Lagares. He singled his last time up. Hot shot toward third. And, oh, he can't knock this one down as it zips right by him into left. And they'll extend their lead even further as the runs in to score from third. It's a 10-0 score. An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, just a great all-around game for him here. You'll see on the line score, 4 hits, including that big home run. You'd have to say he was instrumental in leading these guys to the victory.
Back here on the MLB Show, Matt Vasgersian getting you set for the finale of this 3-game set. That'll come your way in mere moments, but first we'll take a look at the Topps Player Spotlight. The Kid is our subject, and he's coming off a very nice game in which he racked up 4 hits and just looked dialed in at the plate.
Yeah, anytime you get yourself 4 base knocks in a game, you're doing something right. You might have gotten a couple of gifts in terms of good pitches to hit, but, it's not about the pitches you get, it's what you do with them. And from what I saw, balls were flying all over the yard off his bat. Well, that performance was big for his team, and I'm sure they're hoping he can do it again in this one.
All right, lineups and first pitch are coming up next. Stay tuned for that right here on the show. From Flushing, Queens, baseball from the home of the Mets, Citi Field. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. Interleague baseball next. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. How do they get back into the win column, Psycho?
Well, I think just putting this guy into the stretch early and often. Look to get the leadoff hitter on base to give themselves the best opportunity to score runs throughout the game.
Jonathan Nice gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Eric, any thoughts? The Kid will stand in now, trying to duplicate his performance from yesterday when he finished 4 for 5 at the plate.
Well, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. Hit hard up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. And the streak will continue as he creeps even higher up the all-time list.
Well, you feel so good at the plate, but now there's so much pressure on you to continue to get those bases.
Jack Bassett will stand in now. 0 for 4 in that day game yesterday.
Well, that was a rough one yesterday, but he's still hitting over 300 in his last 10 games.
Runners going. This is hit high and deep out to left. Gardner going back at the track. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Mets strand 1. They trail this one 1-0. So a runner at first with 2 away, and that'll bring in the dangerous switch hitter Chase Headley. Right side hit hard. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Yankees, but they're up 1. The Kid is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
The Kid.
Pineda gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
0-1 again, and he's at 100% on first pitch strikes, now in the middle innings of this one. No wonder he's pitched so well.
Belted high and deep into right center. Beltran looks up. Gone! Solo shot to right center. 34 home runs now on the year, and it's now a 5-2 game.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered.
The Kid gets things started here in the 6th for the hometown team.
Well, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Takes this the other way to right, and this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Well, these guys have been high on effort, but low on results so far. They're still stuck on 2 runs, but...
Jack Bassett will dig in. 0 for 2. He's flied out and popped out so far.
Just getting under it right now. See if he can make an adjustment and keep that top hand strong this time.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
And after that pitch was called a ball on the pitch before, I think this actually qualifies as strike 4.
Curtis Granderson will stand in again. He lined out his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time up.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get back to the swing he put on the ball in his first at-bat. He got himself a nice solid line drive that just didn't fall.
Out. And he'll be tagged out at second base, trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. The kid gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. Pineda pauses. Here it comes. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Boy, it's one thing for a reliever to come in out of the pen and throw 100 miles an hour for 15 pitches or so. But he's right up there around the century mark now, and he's still throwing hard.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Deep to right center. Ellsbury going back, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall.
Now batting.
Oh, darn near had his second home run of the ball game. You see, this thing bangs off the wall out there. He's into second with a double.
Jack Bassett will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Yeah, guys, he's got to be feeling a little bit like that dog that gets left out in the rain while the rest of the family's inside by the fire. I guess he's just not seeing what everyone else is.
On the ground to third. Gloved by Headley. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
You know, that's the beautiful...
Curtis Granderson digs in now with 2 already home and a potential third waiting in the wings only 90 feet away.
Well, runs often come in bunches, Matty, and we're going to have to see if that's the case right here. They've got a chance at a big inning.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Boy, this has been a real nice series for him so far. That's 6 strikeouts right now in this series alone. Man, that's a rough weekend at the ballpark.
Juan Lagares stands in now looking to get on base any way he can with that potential tying run standing on deck.
Yeah, Matt, he's just got to focus here on getting a good pitch to hit or finding some other way to just keep this line moving.
Smoked on the ground left side. Throw on to first, and they're able to escape the monster inning as the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 9th inning coming up. It's the Yankees 7 and the Mets 4. And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, Carlos Beltran. Strike oppose, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end this really could have been anybody's award, but what the heck.
So we're going to see a pinch hitter here with the bases empty and one gone in the inning. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Number 66 stands in as he looks at a called strike. Well, for that man right there, only the one run allowed. How discouraging is that when you're pitching your heart out and you're just not getting the support?
Well, the good pitchers really don't let it get to them. They know that it cuts both ways. Sometimes you give up 5 runs and your guys score you 8. You just have to focus on holding up your end of the bargain.
And that'll take care of the pinch hitter here for out number 2.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning.
And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, David Wright. Don't put that card in your bicycle spokes. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, you see a couple of hits for him in the ball game. This will lead his guys to this victory.
So that'll just about do it for Eric. From the borough of Queens in Flushing, New York, welcome to beautiful Citi Field. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets. It's Mets baseball next on the show. And now here's the starting 9 for the visiting Atlanta Braves. EK, any thoughts?
Yeah, you know, this ball club has to be hoping they're going to see a turnaround from Nick Markakis. Last month, he didn't exactly provide the pop that an organization looks for out of the middle of their lineup. They're going deep only twice in the 4-week period. He'll have to do better than that if he wants to be counted on as a power threat.
Matt Harvey, a native of Connecticut, will be doing the pitching in this one. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he's got close to 200 innings this year.
Number 66 strides forward with a hot bat in his hands. Great numbers over the past few games. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. EK, these Braves, as they take the field here tonight, they come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
And it hasn't been the best year for them, but at least they're finishing strong. That says a lot for their manager and the type of team that I think these guys can become.
Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning. Number 66 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Wood gets the sign. Here comes the first pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And you kind of wonder if he's learned anything out there. There's another pitch right down the middle. I think he's lucky that that one didn't get hit a long way.
And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. So he's on base here to kick off their half of the third as we take a look at the league leaderboard in hits.
Yeah, Matt, there he is. Second place in the National League here in the closing weeks. And I'll tell you, it almost looks like BP when he steps up to the plate. Put him together.
Jack Bassett stands in again. He got a hold of one and went yard in his first plate appearance.
I can't imagine they're going to give him anything to hit this time around.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. On the ground to the left side. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
Boy, it's only the third inning here, and he's already given up more hits so far than he did in his entire start last time out. He hasn't been able to reproduce.
Curtis Granderson in now, hopped out in his first trip. And he'll step off. And the runner's breaking for third. First and second here with nobody out. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Now the runners take off again. That's lifted the other way out to left. Kenny has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number one. Throw back to second, and that's a double play. Settling in now, A.J. Pierzynski. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. You wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
Hit out towards second. Gloved by Murphy. Cabrera for one. On to first, and they get the double play.
The batter, number 23, third baseman, Chris Johnson.
Number 66 will be the batter. 1 for 2 thus far.
Number 66.
Takes this the other way to right. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Well, he'd had some high-stress innings here so far. It was looking like he turned the corner and was on his way to a much-needed 1-2-3, but he's going to have to get in the stretch here after all.
Jack Bassett strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Runner goes for second, left side, backhanded. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Mets strand one, but they still lead it 3-2. Number 66 stands in, the 8th batter of the inning now with the bases loaded and 2 away.
Yeah, you know, and this could get ugly in a hurry. Or pretty, I guess, depending on which dugout you're sitting in.
Here's the first pitch to him. Ripped on the ground to first. Reined in. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. I have to imagine there's a full... Pedro Siriaco will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. Soft liner toward first. And some problems defensively as they allow him to reach first safely.
Well, I've got to think this is a lack of communication right here. I don't know if he heard an "I got it" or what, but this should be an easy pop out. Instead, he doesn't even get leather on it.
Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, he only had one hit, but he definitely made it count. A big home run that turned out to be the decisive blow in the ballgame.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. From Flushing, Queens, baseball from the home of the Mets, Citi Field. Tonight we wrap up this three-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets. It's Mets baseball on the show. Next. And now here's the starting nine for the visiting Atlanta Braves. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot.
Number 66 will get his first shot here. A couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
Takes this the other way to right. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch for the second out. Number 66 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Now batting, number 66.
Miller sets. First pitch on its way. And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hard hit ball to second. Well, this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. 3 innings complete. Atlanta leads it 3-0. Shelby Miller is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. 2 out, nobody on. Line to the right side, and a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. Down in order go the Braves, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Nick Markakis steps in, working on a 1 for 2 game so far. 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Squares around and drops down a good one.
Up next for Atlanta.
Number 66 will dig in. 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Number 66.
First delivery to him on the way. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
And, you know, whenever he's been in trouble on the mound, he's found a way to turn things around. And that's a good job to start this guy with strike 1.
Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. Out. To Johnson for 1. On to Freeman. A double play.
Well, that's just made to order right there. 2 hops to short, easy pivot, not a lot of heat at second base. That's just a pretty routine double play.
Number 66 will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a high strike there, 0-1.
This guy just continues to pound the strike zone. He's thrown a first pitch strike to 90% of the batters he's faced. Look how late we are into this ball game, and that's the difference for him.
Hit hard back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit around third and being waved on home. And the runner scores from second as they cut away into that deficit here. That makes it a 7-2 game.
Well, apparently they've still got a pulse here. A run is in to score on the base hit, and now with another hit or two, they could really make this interesting.
Jack Bassett ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far. A runner on first with 2 away. Hit on the ground to short. Backhanded. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Mets played a run on a couple of hits. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Braves on top, 7-2. Freddie Freeman is into the box now. He hit one over the wall back in the 5th. To first, reined in, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
The batter, number 23, third baseman.
Number 66 will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it 1 pitch at a time, 1 runner at a time.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Cold strike, 0-2. Boy, he sure can sling that thing, can't he?
He sure can. A very wide arm angle, comes from the first base side. It's not straight either. It's moving.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This is hit high and deep out to left. Kenny ranging back. He gets there and makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. And guys, the Braves tonight were led offensively by the exploits of this man, Chris Johnson. What a performance he turned in. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award, but what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out the Show Nation. And it would appear we'll see a pinch hitter here as he'll try to get something started with the bases empty and 2 away. And now our right-handers begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen.
Number 66.
Number 66 is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, this has been a pretty good ball game out of a guy who really hasn't pounded the strike zone. He's only thrown a first pitch strike to 40% of the hitters that he's faced, and yet look where he's standing right here, getting it done.
Cingrani pauses. 0-1 on its way. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Hit hard to short. Cozart has it. On to first, and can you believe it? A 3-pitch inning. And just like that, the side is retired. Mets go down 1-2-3. They trail this one 1-0. Jeurys Familia will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th.
Jeurys Familia.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he really came through with a dominating pitching performance. You see there, 12 strikeouts, and that doesn't even tell the whole story. That was as good as I've ever seen him pitch.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Reds win this one 2-1. Good night from Cincinnati.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious Cincinnati Reds, 2 runs on 8 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base.
sun's starting to set now over Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Tonight, the second of 4 between the New York Mets and the Cincinnati Reds. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. With that, here are Terry Collins' New York Mets. Eric Karros, who you focused on?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He's been on an absolute tear lately, hitting over 500 in his last 10 ball games. The baseball must look like a beach ball to him right now at the plate.
Gary Marcus, a right-hander from North Carolina, is the man on the mound. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, he's got a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. It's not ideal. Probably would like to have
Number 66 gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Into the windup and the pitch. 9 late, and it's strike 1. And Eric, as we take a look at the Reds entering play here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Always important to play good baseball in front of the home crowd, and they were fortunate to get this series off on the right foot in game 1. They'll hope to continue their winning ways here in game number 2.
Bruce is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Mets go down 1-2-3. Now it'll be the Reds' turn, no score. Christopher Negron will stand in, and as you can see, he's had troubles here in his own ballpark. He's much better away from home. Bottom of the second here with no score. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get 2. And he'll take this over to the bag for the out. But meanwhile, the runner moves into scoring position at second. And with that, let's take a look at the defense for the New York Mets. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, they have a man on the mound, high ERA. That usually means there's a lot of hard hit balls. So this defense, they're going to have to be ready with that leather out there.
Number 66 will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
66.
And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
And he falls behind 0-2. A pause and the 0-2. Now a swing and a ball lofted down the right field line and fairly deep. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Up next for the
Pretty fortunate he was able to keep this ball fair. This is pretty close down the line. You see it winding up, one hopping the wall down there, and that allows him to cruise into second with 2 bases.
Striding into the box, Jack Bassett. He flew out in his last at-bat. Runners are at second and third with 1 down. And now on 3-0, they won't even bother to nibble at the corners as they'll just go ahead and put him aboard here.
Yeah, they decide they don't even want to mess around with this guy. With his track record, it's hard to say you blame him.
Curtis Granderson in now. He went down looking at his first trip to the plate.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. You wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
Has to challenge him here. Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Boy, and in the first 2 games of this series, he's already struck out a total of 4 times now. You get to where you just hate taking that walk back to the dugout. I'll tell you, it's a very frustrating feeling.
Into the box now, Travis d'Arnaud. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Line drive to left, and that's in there. Base hit. 1 run scores, and not in time as the second run scores.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Christopher Negron stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. Ripped down the first base line. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Well, this is just excellent plate coverage here. I mean, this is a guy that uses the entire field. And you'll see him just reach that bat out there and slap it down the first baseline for a base hit.
Joey Votto stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. Turned on down the line. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. The throw to third. And he is in there.
And you get the sense now that they're getting closer and closer to breaking through here. That'll make it first and third now, and they've got a good chance here to break that string of zeros.
Number 66 will dig in. 1 for 2 with a double in this one.
First baseman, number 66.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. Solo shot to right center. Number 35 now on the season. And the Mets have taken a 3-1 lead.
Boy, that guy on the mound right now is absolutely livid. He knows that he threw way too hittable of a pitch in the situation when he's ahead in the count like that. He should be mad at himself.
Leading off the inning, Christopher Negron, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Shows bunt as he gets this one down. Throw to first is going to beat him, though, as they're able to thwart the bunt attempt.
Now batting, third baseman,
number 66 will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Watches a fastball right there for strike one. 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And sometimes you can mistake being patient for being passive. I mean, unless he was really fooled there, that's a pitch he needs to be swinging at.
Line drive to center field. Guerra is there, and he has it for the first out.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, you see a couple of hits for him in the ball game. This one was tight throughout, but in the end, he really helped lead his guys to this victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Mets come out on top, 6-4. Good night from Cincinnati.
Final line score for our ball game tonight.
Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game series between the New York Mets and the Cincinnati Reds. Which of these two will prevail? next on the show. With that, here are Terry Collins' New York Mets. Who are you focused on, EK?
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing if that man hitting 8th can stay hot. Does a lot of things right at the plate. Takes the simple approach, and it tends to pay off.
Johnny Cueto gets the start for Cincinnati in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, he's got 99 wins, one away from triple digits. It'll be real exciting to see if he gets 100 here in this one.
Number 66 will get his first opportunity now, and as you can see, he begins play with 35 home runs for the season. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Hard hit ball to second, and that's through, a base hit.
Oh, and he runs right through the stop sign.
The throw home. Oh, and Bruce is on target. He's out at home plate.
I think the decision to send him boils down to one thing. You're facing a guy that's very likely not going to give you a whole lot to work with. You've got to...
Jack Bassett will stand in for the first time now. 24 home runs to his credit so far this year. Cueto pauses. Here's the 2-2. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Phillips is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Mets strand one. Now it'll be the Reds' turn. No score. Number 66 stands in.
First baseman, number 66.
Right down Broadway that time. Strike one.
0-1 again, and he's at 100% on first pitch strikes, now in the middle innings of this one. No wonder he's pitched so well.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Boy, that's another pitch right down the middle, though. So he's gotten away with it so far, but I think he's given him a little bit too much to hit here.
Hit hard to short. Cozart has it. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth.
Now batting, right fielder, Jack.
Number 66 steps into the box.
Now batting, number 66.
And there's ball four now, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force at the plate is in order.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat.
Jack Bassett will dig in here with the bases loaded now, and their best opportunity yet to get on the board.
And they've had a few chances and come up empty, so they can't let this one get away from them.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Cozart for one. On to first, and they get the double play.
Well, you know, nothing kills a rally quite like a double play ball. But this is a double whammy. You've got a double play with the bases loaded and nobody out. They do get one run here, but it comes at a pretty hefty price.
Todd Frazier takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base.
Yeah, a base hit right through the infield would probably do it, but you can bet those guys in the outfield are going to be coming up gunning if they get any chance at all.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Reds leave.
Your attention, please.
So with a save situation on tap, they'll hand the ball over to a formidable force indeed. The very hard-throwing left-hander, Aroldis Chapman. Number 66 steps in now.
Leading off for the Mets, first baseman, number 66.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
And now a right-hander's begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Boy, no messing around here in this ninth inning.
And that's a closer's mentality. They're not usually the best at setting guys up. They're going to come right at you with their best pitching. That's usually a fastball.
Hit sharply toward the right side. And that'll be a base hit. So they couldn't ask for more as the possible tying runs aboard to kick off the ninth.
Up next,
Well, he gets his team going with that leadoff single here late in the game. And you can tell he is excited. Look how fired up he is down there at first.
Jack Bassett comes to the plate now with the tying run at first, so he'll be looking to, and he'll step off. Runners off for second, but he's safe at first as he gets back in time. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
Swung on and hit in the air to left. Bird is there. 1 out. On to first, a double play.
That's a tough spot to be in as a base runner. He's on the move, he gets a good jump, but he does.
Marlon Byrd comes forward to hit with the winning run at first.
Well, this is all about execution here, Matty. At the very least, he's got to find a way to move him into scoring position.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? One there. On to first, and they turn the double play.
Well, so much for getting the winning run on base to start the inning. That's just a perfect pitch here to get the ground ball double play, and now just an out away from extra innings.
Number 66 will be the batter. He's 2 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, having a pretty nice one with the bat. Multi-hit games are always nice to come by.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Bourgeois is there. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Phil Rodriguez struggling so far in this one. He'll look to erase his 0 for 4 ball game with a base hit right here.
Oh, man, it's never fun to go over, but let's see if he can find a way to climb out of it.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, catcher.
And tough duty to bunt off the bench like that, but he gets this one down. And the throw is too late. He's on with a beautifully placed bunt single.
The batter, number 6.
So a crucial moment here, and standing in, Billy Hamilton. But a single here could reduce the deficit to only 1.
You know, sometimes guys get caught up in thinking about being the big hero. The key here, though, is just keep it simple. See the ball, hit the ball. Usually the best results come with that mindset.
And he'll put this one away for the final out. And the Mets have bounced back from losing the opener to take games 2 and 3 of this series as this one is over.
Well, this one sure didn't come easy. It took them 12 innings to do it, but they come away with a great victory here on the road.
Time for one last check of the line score in this extra innings victory. And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he only had one hit, but he definitely made it count. A big home run that turned out to be the decisive blow in the ballgame.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Mets come out on top 4-2. So long from Cincy.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the victorious New York Mets. 4 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Reds, 2 runs. 10 hits, no errors. They left 13 men on base. Time of the ball game,